Live from News Channel 5.
If you are in your 40s or 50s, now is the time to start thinking about long-term care insurance. My guest today is Jennifer Blome, who is the Executive Director of the American Association for Long-Term Care Insurance. It is a national trade organization headquartered in Los Angeles. Jesse, nice to see you.
Thank you for having me today.
Just to clarify, your organization does not sell long-term care insurance.
No, the association's primary mission is to educate consumers and professionals who are in this business about the importance of long-term care planning.
So what do you want our viewers to know about long-term care planning?
Well, if you're in your 40s and 50s, here's the reality. Chances are today, because of medical advances and technological advances, you're going to live a long life. It's very common to go into your 80s, your 90s, and even 100. When you live a long life, you're far more likely to need long-term care. The problem is that your health insurance doesn't pay for it, and when you're over 65 and on Medicare, Medicare only pays for long-term care for a very short period of time. So if you haven't planned on your own, you're going to wake up and find that you don't have the protection that you need.
Now, does it just mean nursing home care?
No, absolutely not. In fact, that's one of the big misperceptions. Most long-term care today is provided in people's homes. And if you think about it, that makes logical sense. First, it's less expensive to be cared for in your home, but also that's the place that we all want to be. When you need care, you'd much rather be at home than in a facility or a skilled nursing home. So, in fact, last year the association did a study. The long-term care insurance industry paid out $3.5 billion of claims to tens of thousands of Americans, and over a third of those claims were for care in people's own home. The rest was divided between assisted living and nursing home. So most care today is provided at home.
So can you give our viewers an idea of the typical cost for care in the St. Louis region?
Yeah, when you need care at home, it's going to be about $14 an hour. If an assisted living facility will be about $3,000 a month, and a nursing home for a private room is going to range from about $4,000 to $5,000. The issue is, though, you can't really look at today's cost because you're not going to need care today. You're going to need it somewhere down the road. These costs go up about 5% a year. So as you're planning, you're really planning for years from now, and that's the key issue, is getting a jump start on it.
Now, Jesse, there's a new state program in Missouri that our viewers should know about?
Missouri residents have a real significant opportunity to start looking at this. The federal government has created a partnership program that has to be instituted on a state-by-state basis. And in a one-sentence nutshell, what it does is it makes long-term care insurance more affordable for middle-income people if they start planning in their 40s, 50s, and late 50s. And then the state adds some certain guarantees that really make it a win-win for consumers. So as people hear about it, in Missouri, they should definitely start taking advantage and look at it.
Now, do you know how they define middle income?
Well, it's generally people that have $40,000, $50,000. You might be surprised that most people think that long-term care is something that you really only need to plan for if you're rich, that the government will take care of everybody else. It's not the case.
And we're almost out of time, but can you give us some advice on how to choose a policy? I think they're hard to understand.
They don't have to be. They really can be simple. My single piece of advice is to work with a knowledgeable long-term care insurance professional, someone who's dedicated, who's been in the business several years. They can really help you get the best policy coverage for the best price, and that's what you want.
And we'll put your website and phone number up on the screen. What is the website, and what will people find there?
On there, they'll be able to find a local agent. They can find somebody in this area who is a long-term care insurance professional. That right on the home page, it's www.aaltci.org.
Jennifer Blome, thank you very much for joining us. It's some really helpful information.
Thank you so much.
Art?
Ahead, we'll